Hello, today we will be learning about the simple past tense. Any action that happened before now is in the past. So basically, simple past tense is used to talk about the finished actions in the past. Now let's see how we use simple past tense. We use simple past tense, number one, to describe finished actions or situations in the past. For example, I went to San Francisco in 2005. The criminal drove very fast to escape from the police, and my dad washed his car last weekend. As you can see in these three examples, went, drove, and washed are used in past forms because they all happened in the past and they are finished actions. Number two, to say that one thing happened after another. When I went home, I took a shower, ate a sandwich, and talked to my friends on the phone. Harry was very angry, so he opened the door and left the apartment. As you can see in these two examples, we talk about the things that happened one after another. Number three, to talk about a past habit or regular event in the past. Katie and Frank swam in the sea every day last summer. As you can see in this example, they don't swim in the sea anymore. It's a regular past event. The action is actually finished. Now let's take a look at the rule. In positive sentences, we use the second form of the verb to make simple past tense. When we make past tense, we change the verb in two ways. The first one is called regular verbs. In regular verbs, we basically add ed to the verb. So play becomes played, watch becomes watched. The second way is called regular verbs. In regular verbs, we change the verb. So see becomes saw, eat becomes ate. Here you can find some examples to irregular verbs and how we change them. Now let's take a look at the form and how we make sentences in simple past tense. In simple past tense, when we want to make a positive sentence, we use verb to, the second form of the verb, as I said before. For example, I watched a very exciting movie last night, or Sally and I walked on the beach yesterday. When we want to make a negative sentence, we use the form did not plus the verb. For example, Luke didn't want to eat Chinese food, or they didn't go to John's party. When we want to make a question, we start the question with did and then use the verb itself again. For example, did Gina finish her project, or did they go home on foot? Remember that in simple past tense, the verb to be changes to with I, he, she, it, the verb to be becomes was, and with we, you, and they, the verb to be becomes were. The time keys for simple past tense are ago, last, and yesterday. We can use ago as 5 days ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 months ago, or a year ago. And we use last as an example last week, last year, last Sunday. Now please take a look at the exercises and try to complete them with the correct form of the verbs. Thank you for listening.